The Institute for Energy Policies and Research is warning that the perennial power outage, popularly called Dumsor, could return if the Ghana Grid Company is not resourced to undertake major transmission repairs next year. Kojo Poku is the Executive Director of the Institute. He joins me with some more insight to this. Great to have you on the program this afternoon, sir. So what exactly is the challenge?
Well, good afternoon and good afternoon to your viewers. Some of the things that we pointed out in our review is that government needs to resource the GRIDCO company who deals with transmission. In the past, we've had outages due to generation, and what we are forecasting is going forward in 2021 and beyond, if the GRIDCO company and its work is not resourced. The transmission lines in the country is facing a number of challenges, and because of these challenges, we have a lot of low voltages, especially in the southern part of the country. And we feel that the next load shedding or the next form of power interruption in the country will be as a result of bad transmission lines across the country.
Great. And also in a document that you have released to the media that I have seen, you've been making the case for decoupling in the energy ministry, where you feel that, you know, the oil and gas sector should be separated from the power sector. Why do you make that case, and to what end, really?
Well, because of some of the review that we did, we see that the power sector needs a lot of attention. You know, the generation side, the distribution side, and the distribution. Like I said in the past, most of the problem from 2012 to 2016 was mostly to do with the inability to have enough GENCOs in the country. Now we have generating capacity. Now we have what you call fuel security. When the fuel is now generated, how do you now distribute it? How do you now transmit it? We are seeing a rise in the losses in distribution. We are seeing a rise in the loss in transmission. So if you are to separate the ministry, the overseeing ministry, which is now Ministry of Energy, you now separate it to Ministry of Power and Ministry of Oil and Gas. It allows the minister who oversees Minister of Power to now have an in-depth look at the problems and make sure that there's resources to fix it.
Great. I'm interested in knowing your assessment of the energy sector this year, how managers have fared, and what you think would be the outlook for 2021.
Well, if you ask me how the government fared in 2020, 2020 has its challenges because of Dumsor. Because of COVID. I think that it's not a good year to really gauge, because in terms of consumption, most industries did not work well because the COVID came about. So most companies did not work at full capacity. For us, we want to look into the coming year to now make sure that, because there are a lot of work that was to be embarked on. There is some transmission line work that was to be done between the Volta and Achimota, Kintampo and Kumasi. All those work has been delayed because of the COVID-19 situation. So the sector did not really see the full works that were supposed to take place within 2020. So for me, I wouldn't want to give anybody a review for a year that was hampered by the pandemic. Let's look into 2021 and hope that the resources needed by some of these state-owned enterprises will be given so that they'll be able to do the necessary work.
All right. I appreciate your insight this afternoon, Kojo Poku. He is Executive Director of the Institute of Energy Policies and Research.